What if I told you that in an industry where fame flickers like neon lights and chart positions can change overnight, one artist has quietly held the #1 position for more than 2 straight years? Not for a comeback week, not because of a viral trend, but through loyalty, emotion, and a bond that refuses to fade. And that artist is Jin. Today's story isn't just about records. It's about devotion. It's about connection. It's about how one voice can feel like home to millions of people around the world. In the third week of February, Jin once again ranked #1 in the K-pop individual category on the global fan voting platform My1Pick. The vote count? 9,826,522 votes. But the number that truly stops you in your tracks is this: 104 consecutive weeks at #1. That's over 2 years without giving up the top spot, in one of the most competitive music industries on Earth. Think about that for a moment. New groups debut every month, songs explode overnight, trends rise and fall at lightning speed. Yet week after week, fans return and choose the same name. And the dominance doesn't end there. Jin has also maintained #1 monthly ranking for 25 consecutive months, 22 consecutive #1 placements on the one-pick K-pop solo chart. These aren't temporary victories. They are a testament to endurance, and to a fan base whose support has only deepened with time. This kind of consistency cannot be manufactured. It has to be earned. So what keeps fans coming back? Every single week. Yes, his visuals are iconic. Yes, his humor and warmth make him instantly lovable. But the deeper truth lies somewhere more emotional. Jin represents comfort, stability, a familiar voice during uncertain times. For many fans, supporting him isn't just fandom, it's gratitude. And while his popularity is undeniable, his artistry continues to evolve. On May 16th last year, Jin released his second mini-album, Echo, a project that resonated deeply with listeners across the globe. The title track, Don't Say You Love Me, didn't just perform well. It became the most streamed K-pop song on Spotify in 2025, surpassing 846.9 million streams. But numbers alone don't explain its impact. The song's emotional tone, delicate delivery, and vulnerable atmosphere allowed listeners to see a different side of Jin, one that felt intimate, reflective, and profoundly human. Fans didn't just listen, they felt understood. There is something powerful about an artist who doesn't need constant noise to remain relevant. Jin's influence isn't built on relentless exposure, it is built on trust, on sincerity, on years of shared memories between artist and fans. And perhaps that's why his support has not faded. It has strengthened. Because when people feel seen and comforted, they stay. Across continents and time zones, millions continue to cast their votes, stream his music, and share his voice with others. Some discovered him through performances. Some stayed because of his humor. Many remained because his presence brought warmth during difficult days, and over time, admiration became loyalty. Loyalty became love, and love became legacy. In a world that constantly asks, what's next? Jin's story asks something different. What truly lasts? Is it trend cycles? Is it viral moments? Or is it the quiet bond between an artist and the people who believe in him? Because while the industry moves faster every year, some connections refuse to be rushed. With every new milestone, Jin's journey shines a little brighter. Not as a fleeting star, but as a steady light. Not loud, not fleeting, but enduring. And as records continue to stack and history quietly unfolds, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. This isn't just sustained popularity. It's the power of emotional resonance. It's the strength of unwavering support. It's the story of an artist whose voice continues to reach hearts, even in silence. So the real question isn't whether he can remain on top. It's how far this bond between Jin and the world will continue to grow. And if the past 104 weeks have proven anything, it's that this story is far from over.